Hi, I'm Yanni Pappas, a Roots and Shoots National Youth Leadership Council member, and in this video I'm going to talk about different ways that you can make your yards more nature-friendly by providing sustenance and habitat for the various creatures that you may find crawling, flying, and in some cases swimming there. As humans, when we build houses, malls, farms, we're taking place of the numerous species of both plants and animals that originally lived in those areas. This video is really about building back those native ecosystems so that we can reach the ultimate goal of living in harmony with the beautiful nature that surrounds us. One of the central ideas of making your yard more nature-friendly is reducing lawn size. What that means is reducing the amount of area in your yard that is taken up by just grass. Recent estimates show that about 20 million US acres are taken up by residential lawn. Now, why is this a problem? Well, the problem is in a lot of these places, the natural ecosystem isn't just grass. It usually takes up by native trees, shrubbery, and a lot of different types of plants. When we only put grass in that area, we drastically reduce the biodiversity, and we also drastically reduce the amount of habitat for the creatures that live there. One way to reduce lawn size is by planting native trees and plants in your yard. Think about where you live. Do some research about what kind of plants have evolved to live in the area you reside. Look at areas that have not been developed around you, and look at what trees and plants thrive without any human care. Sometimes it's as simple as looking at what's growing in your yard, and instead of cutting it down, letting it grow. For example, these milkweed plants that you see in these videos, my parents always cut down. But then, upon doing further research, I realized how important milkweeds are to my native ecosystem. These milkweed bloom into these beautiful pink, sweet-smelling blossoms that honeybees go crazy for. They also attract beneficial insects like ladybugs. But most of all, milkweed is vital to the health of monarch butterflies. Monarch butterflies lay their eggs only on milkweed because the monarch caterpillars only eat the milkweed leaves. The monarch butterfly population has been declining due to habitat loss. But by planting milkweed in your home yard, you can provide a place for monarch butterflies to lay their eggs. Also, since these milkweed attract honeybees, they will help make your fruit trees, vegetable plants, and any other flowers around your house even more beautiful. In addition to flowering plants like milkweed, you can also plant trees in your yard. Trees are a great way to provide shade and habitat for all different types of creatures like birds. Also, you can plant fruit trees, which are a great way to increase the beauty and diversity of your yard. Also, you have the added benefit of being able to pick the fruit when it's ripe. When planting fruit trees, it is important that you plant multiple fruit trees together that are compatible, because fruit trees rely heavily on pollination. Some flowers can even provide safety for your yard. For example, marigolds have a distinct smell that wards off bugs like mosquitoes. Remember, do your research. Look at what kind of shrub, trees, flowers thrive wherever you live. For example, the milkweed completely thrive all on their own without any needed added attention. Also, birdhouses are a great way to make your yards more nature-friendly. Birdhouses can help give a variety of birds a place to live, and you can also help struggling bird populations in your area by creating houses specific for them. Do your research. Look at what birds might live in your area and what they like in their birdhouses. For example, the size of the hole to the house can affect which birds will take residence. Another way to reduce your lawn size is by creating water features like a man-made pond. These can benefit the environment by providing habitat for more aquatic animals and plants. One final way to reduce your lawn size is by planting a garden. At my house, I have planted a raised bed garden made from cedar wood. Cedar wood is one of the best woods to use for raised bed gardening because it is naturally pest resistant. However, it is one of the more expensive options. So look at what area you have, how much materials you can afford, and think about how best you can make a garden at your home. Gardens are a great way to increase the biodiversity of your land and also provide further habitat for numerous beneficial insects. Also, gardening has the added benefit of providing you sustenance. And if you want to make your garden more sustainable, consider companion or interplanting, which means you plant different types of crops next to each other. For example, in my garden, I have the cucumbers growing on a trellis type wire frame. And behind it, I plant different types of herbs that don't need as much light as the cucumbers. Also, these herbs can ward off insects and slugs that might try to eat my vegetables. Companion planting is a great way to make the most out of the sunlight, and it is a sustainable way to deal with certain garden pests. Now, there are a lot of ways that you can increase the positive impact you have in your environment. Like the ones I showed you in this video, you can do right at home. Now, I know a lot of us live in tons of different areas. I'm lucky since I have a big yard because I live in a suburban community. Maybe you live in a rural area where you have a lot of land to work with. Or maybe you live in a city where outdoor space is little to none. The best advice is to look at the space you have and think about how you can make the most out of the lease, whether it be a window box or a small pot outside your front door. Every bit makes a difference. Every little bit matters. So go outside, plant something, build a birdhouse, put some herbs on that box right outside your window. You make the difference. Because in the end, this is our earth. Not just humans, birds, the squirrels, the trees. It belongs to all of us. And it's our job to care for it.